if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Acknowledge me.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
We are bad to the bone. Get it? Bad to the bone.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'll fight anybody who do you want. Just let me fight him.
Let me tell you something, Jim Ross.
Mega power, yeah.
We got it for you.
We are the best of the best.
Woo! Wheeling, dealing. Smart marks.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Talk 'em in the Building, a podcast where we talk about the promo. We don't talk about nothing else, all about the promo. We pontificate on the promo, talk about the hype men, or hype the hype men, and there's something else that goes in there. I never get to get it right. That's part of my gimmick. I can't get it right. That's what I do. Anyway, this one is a short episode, so if you're not familiar with our format, we have long episodes where we unpack 3, 4, 5 different promos with a theme around it. But we also do what we call Dusty reviews, because in this room, we feel as though Dusty Rhodes was the best talker. So we rate a current promo based on Dusty's. 1 to 5 Dustys. 5 being great, 1, not so good. So we brought something a little bit different. Current, kind of. I mean, it is current.
Yeah.
But it's a throwback at the same time, right? So we're just going to jump into it. It's a NXT / TNA promo. Because right now, everything's mixed up in this world. We that forbidden door is well open for everybody. So let's check this out. And then we'll come back to the boys here, Adrian and Adelaide, and rate it 1 through 5 Dusty.
Oh, Dark State, those are strong words from a powerful group of renegades like you. But if you thought you caught the Hardys off guard with what you did last week, you didn't. You're more naive than you realize.
We have been around the block together, separate, teammates, rivals, man. We have been through it all, man.
Senior Benjamin.
We knew you weren't going to go away after you lost the NXT titles to us. Dare I say, we knew you'd come.
And you sit there and think you have us exactly where you want us. Vulnerable, weak,
broken. But dare I say, broken is where Brother Nero and I thrive.
Dark State, you only broke us to make us stronger. Our next encounter will be a broken rules match.
And a broken rules match has no rules, because in the broken universe, anything is possible and everything goes.
Dark State, you'll simply fade away and classify yourselves as obsolete.
Obsolete! You are sentenced to deletion! Delete!
All right. So we have come back into the broken universe.
Mm-hmm.
So before we rate this too much, Adelaide, before we do a rate, tell me a little bit about what your reaction was when you first started to see that this was coming and go, oh man, we're going to get a broken rules match.
Outside of TNA, like Adrian said earlier, I think I just thought this is going to be fun. This is going to be a return to form. And if Jeremy Borash is still back there, right, or some element of him, the direction, this has the potential to be maybe as good as the originals. I don't want to set the bar too high, but they've tried with mixed results. So for me, it's just excitement. It's like let's see where this goes, man. Because short of showing Singer Benjamin, we're missing some elements here still.
That's true. That's very true. Adrian, what was your first reaction when you saw that this was coming?
Wonderful. No, I'm a huge Broken Hardy's mark. I love that. That's really what even got me really, really into watching TNA when they first did it. I love the saga. I even joked with my wife. I was saying, hey, one day we should rent out a theater and pretty much play like the rundown of the Broken Hardy saga or whatnot, because it's literal cinema. It's hilarious. It's entertaining. It's silly. It's spooky. It's all of those elements that make us say we love pro wrestling, in my opinion. So, I was super excited. Like, as soon as there was even a suggestion that the Hardys were even gonna come to NXT, I said, hey, it's on the table. That's gonna happen, because honestly, for today's wrestling fan, that's probably the most over version of a Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. They tried it in NXT. I mean, they tried it AEW, but unfortunate things when it came to the pandemic, injuries, people being crazy, that sort of thing. That kind of poo-pooed it, but this is a perfect opportunity. And like you said, Jeremy Borash is around, and we all know, those of us in the know that he was directing 90% of what was going on with that. So, I mean, it's perfect, man. The stars are aligning for that to be a great, great match, much needed by those two teams, because the match that they had on television, I know a lot of us were like, just because of how young those guys, Dark State, are. And let's be honest, how much older the Hardy Boys are in this stage. So having a cinematic match, which is what I'm hoping to see Saturday, definitely helps protect or bridge both of those guys into a great match or quality entertainment.
Nah, yeah, I agree. I think the cinematic match is what it should be.
Yeah,
and just put together, and just who knows where it's gonna go. But I remember just kind of thinking back to when this whole thing started, the whole broken piece. I remember everybody's reaction was like, "What in the hell are we watching? Like, what in the world?"
I loved it.
And day one was kind of like, this may be kind of dumb, and like quickly it became the biggest talk in the freaking industry. To where they even, because if you remember, New Day was poking fun at it and other people.
Yeah.
And at that point, there was no working relationships. There was none of that. And all these little things started to happen. And then I think this is exactly what we've talked about in the past, where you take something like this, where it's produced well, the talent buys in, they go with it, and it gets over. And you see these other gimmicks that other people just couldn't get over, or just didn't connect. And I think about like Kevin Sullivan's Dungeon of Doom, a little bit too cartoony. But if you think about it, everybody goes, "Oh, that's just crazy. You can't suspend disbelief." We selectively suspend disbelief. All of us wrestling fans, we selectively suspend that disbelief to say we did it with Taker because he buys in. We talked about Little Jimmy, we buy it in. I mean, we talk about all these little things that happen. We bought into the broken universe. I mean, we all loved it. I mean, let's be honest, Adrian, you and I were sitting there looking at the Hardys in the broken universe right before they came out to WrestleMania, and we're at a bar in a parking lot.
Yep.
And they wrestled.
Wow.
Met
That
the
day.
whole family.
The whole family.
And everyone.
Oh.
Yes. We are in the parking lot. There are wrestling matches in the parking lot. They're sitting in the bar signing autographs. So we
That was
walk over to
that
the
was a fun
stadium.
day.
They left, and they showed up at the stadium too.
That's
It's the
wild.
craziest thing, man.
That's got to be the wildest thing, man.
Yeah, it's fun,
It
man.
was. It was. It was. So, looking at this one, Adrian, I'm gonna come to you first. Rating it and kind of give a little bit of feedback based on just this one, this
Right.
promo itself.
Well, I will definitely say ultimately what we're deciding is whether or not the segment or the promo talked us into the building.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that it definitely talked me into the building because as a Broken Hardy's fan, it got me re-engaged to that show. I was gonna watch Halloween Havoc, but probably not live, just because Saturdays for me at this time of the year is different because of football and all that stuff. But I gotta watch that. I gotta watch it live. I can't. I can't let the internet spoil it. I cannot let my timeline spoil it. So it definitely talked me into the building. In terms of that promo, I will give it 4 Dusties, mainly because there were storytelling elements throughout. Take the Hardys walking down to the lake of reincarnation. They were, they were limping. Those of us who watched NXT saw them get beat down the week before. So it makes sense, right? They're walking down, they're talking about you're counting us out and putting over Dark State as a valuable opponent or a worthy opponent, and the only way to beat you guys is we got to go back into we got to reincarnate, we got to reinvent and bring out our best version, which is the Broken Hardys. So just seeing this version of the kids, like Maxwell is doggone tall now, so he's gonna have a speaking part. He's gonna be talking crazy on it. you know, uh, Rebby, Senior Benjamin, Vanguard, all of the staples of the Broken Hardy universe are in play right now. I'm excited to watch it because once again, I think it's a perfect bridge between this green team of Dark State and this older veteran team of the Hardys. It's a perfect bridge. It'll cover whatever imperfections we saw when they fought each other for those NXT tag championships. I'm excited for that match. I'm excited for that show, but I'm giving it 4 Dusties.
Nice. Out of lead, where do you fall?
Man, I feel like I'm right in the pocket because it just feels like really good exposition. And again, as folks that we've been around long enough where we saw their transition from the Hardys being the Hardys in WWE, WWF, to having to do some reinventions. Even Matt had to reinvent himself for personal reasons.
Multiple times,
within and who'd have known, right? Because at the time, Jeff was always seen as you are the chosen one. You are the de facto. You might not be great on the mic all the time, but you certainly look at the start and how quickly it's changed over the years. Where Matt is such a genius. I mean, we said it before, time and time again. So for me, this is a solid 4, only because it's gonna be a 5 when they do the follow up to this one and they fill in all the gaps. But the exposition's there. They didn't name anybody. We know the deal. Even if you don't have a clue on what the Broken Universe is, right? You can get elements. This is spooky. This is weird. This is different. It's Halloween Havoc. So, of course, it's a built-in, spooky vibe to it. So even if you don't know the full backstory, you don't need to, right? You just know these are different characters. They look like they're going to have a blast. And the best thing I think for the newcomers, they don't have a clue what's they're going to end up watching unless they look it up on YouTube. Then of course, but I think I would pay money to forget the whole story and be presented again with the elements.
Yeah, I think for myself, I'm fall right there with you guys. 4 stars or 4 Dusties, and the thing is because of that storytelling, because that's one of the things that this whole Broken Universe did. there were so many elements that everything meant something.
Mm-hmm.
So many little Easter eggs. And in this one, I'm sure there's a lot of Easter eggs that we hadn't even seen yet. But like you said, the way they walked into the water, the way they came out of the water, all
Mm-hmm.
those little elements are just pieces that says, hey, we had to reincarnate. But also, like you said, this is them going there voluntarily,
Right.
not being forced in. I mean, it's a little bit of a change, but it's kind of like akin to somebody like a Mick Foley going, you know what? For me to go to this level, I've got to dig back into Cactus Jack.
Mm.
And now it's like, hey, for us to go to the state of dark, as he said,
Right.
we have to go to a different
Good
level. We have
catch.
to dig deeper, and we have to go get reincarnated. So I think that's cool. I'm really hoping and I'm looking forward to, because there's not a doubt in my mind, there will be some Bray Wyatt Easter eggs in this match.
Oh, it's gonna be so good,
Yeah.
man.
You know it's coming,
Yeah. Yeah.
because a lot
Yeah.
of people think that the way that they tried their best to make this thing work in WWE, and a lot of that had to do with
Mm-hmm.
TNA not allowing them, originally saying yes you can, no you can't, yes you can, no you can't, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of a start and stop. But man, I look forward to that. I look forward to this match. It's got me excited. I mean, other things have me excited about Halloween Havoc too. They've done a good job
Yeah.
building this
That's
up.
going to be a good card. Yeah.
Trick and Ricky is gonna be phenomenal.
That
Mm-hmm.
hell, that was a promo. That segment.
Dude,
That segment.
that was sick.
Yeah.
That was two dudes that I'm like, I was sitting there watching the future. Like you're just sitting there
Mm-hmm.
watching it. Like these guys
Right.
could be on Raw right now. The way they
Yep.
just executed that, it was sick.
And
But
that Ethan Page, little that segment, that promo with,
hmm
yeah, no, that's they
yeah,
served up this past week, man.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And then what I love about it is like we just took two very, very, very serious things, and now you have the Broken Universe, and
Mm-hmm.
wrestling is that variety show, right? We've talked
Yep.
about it. Others have talked about it. It is something different. But it's also talking about something different, I wanted to touch on with the Hardys, and I've heard other people talk about this on other podcasts. It's something unique about their connection to the crowd.
Mm.
I mean, you think about when you look at generations. These dudes started in the '90s,
Mm-hmm.
over 20 years ago, and you still see little kids dressing like them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I went to TNA uh, earlier this year, um, they had a line that was ungodly long.
Mm.
Like I met Jordan Grace, other people were meeting Joe Hendry and stuff like that. The Hardys was legitimately out the door,
Mm.
and everybody just standing there, and they're taking time with every single person. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
man, it's crazy to think that their connection is just different. It's just a unique connection. And there's a select few, in my opinion, a select few superstars throughout the generations that just keep that connection.
Right.
I mean, they do. Punk is one for me.
Yeah.
And I don't and it's like you can't put your finger on. You can't just say this is it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that they just have a connection with the audience. And I think it's awesome. I mean, it's just so
Mm-hmm.
cool. And it's one that when you talk about it factor, Jeff and Matt, they have an it factor that's beyond belief.
100%, man. 100%, bro.
But well, thank you guys for joining us for this Dusty review today. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Ida Lead. Hopefully, everybody out there enjoys these Dusty reviews. We enjoy doing them. We kind of like hitting those things that are current. You know, I love going back in the past and
Yeah.
pulling out some old stuff, introducing my boys into the '80s and some things they've never seen
Oh
before.
yeah.
But us touching on these things that are cool, that are recent, is fun. At the end of the day, this is talking into the building, right? So these guys are talking us into the building. They're talking us into Halloween Havoc, one of the greatest pay-per-view hit names of all time. The old WCW
Mm-hmm.
one, Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal. Back in the day with Jake the Snake and Sting. You know I had to throw my throwback in there. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check our back catalog. And hey, we got our full episodes coming up too. So don't worry, we're here each and every week. So always like, subscribe, share, comment. You know the drill. Everybody says do the same thing. So you do it with us too, and we'll see you on the next time. Later.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.